Welcome back, everybody. I'm Joshua Stockwell here with Avery Rube. We are back with the WPHS Sports Report during the winter season. Today we have boys and girls basketball and boys hockey. Well, we're going to start with girls basketball. Here with me, Avery Rube, to discuss. She's been to several of the games.
So, Josh, how has the season been going?
I know you've been to a couple of the games, right? The season has been going very well. They're 8-0, 6-0 in their division. Top of their division, very strong. Obviously, coming off the state win last year, there's a lot of expectation, but I think they've really risen to the challenge. They're performing very well. Obviously, last year there was a lot of skill. This year there's also some experience, right? Experience is key in these situations, especially in Division One.
Okay. So, how do you think their past few games have been going?
Very, very well. They've had a very, very strong regular season. A lot of wins. Smithfield, Barrington, LaSalle. Giant win over Moses Brown, and last night, big win over Charahoe. Not a lot of super close games. Woodstock and Barrington definitely are closest so far. I believe you were at the Barrington game. It was very, very close. They're a good team, but we've been rising to the occasion. It's good to see.
Do you know any players that have been playing especially well lately?
Yes, several players have been doing very well recently. Marin Nerney has been top of the charts, right? Some of our freshmen this year making big plays early. The sophomore class really stepping up as well. We're gonna need them coming up. We have North Kingstown. That's this Friday. It's a home game. We'd love to have the support. They are very good. And then we're away at Bayview next week. South Kingstown home, and then Classical home as well. All very good teams, very strong competition. We played away at all of these places last year except Bayview. And it's nice that we don't have to travel as far this year. Highlights. You'll notice going forward that girls basketball will highlight players of the week. This week I am highlighting the Moses Brown game. A very, very strong performance by all of the girls. Last season, win in the state title in overtime by 3. Come out and beat Moses Brown by 12 home. Very, very big win for our team. Marin Nerney, big points. Javiana Steck with some big points as well. Our sophomore class really dedicating, playing hard as well. We had some very, very impressive players. Macy LaFontaine had some big steals, big rebounds over Lauren Bosquet, who is certainly the best player in the state. She's committed to Marist Division I. She's a very strong athlete, and we played well, rebounding, boxing out, fighting for the rebounds that we struggled to get during last season. I would also like to highlight Elena Maldowney. She had an unfortunate game. She had a couple big baskets early and then was later injured during the game while on a breakaway steal. She is now with a broken wrist, potentially out of the season for the next few weeks. I'd like to highlight her major playing throughout the season, big wins, big steals that she's made. The photo here, her and her one-handed free throws after hurting her wrist. She hit one. Really, really big plays by her this season. We hope that she'll be back as soon as she's healed. Thank you, Elena Maldowney. That is all for girls basketball, and now for boys hockey. Go. You fix something?
I did a lot of some things.
Okay.
That's not my fault.
Okay.
Also, I do kind of need to see the screen.
Are you guys good? Yeah, you guys good?
Yes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Jade Hatzberger to talk about boys hockey. How's the season been going?
So far it's not so good, but we do have a bunch of games left in the season, so I do think we can turn it around. There are a couple of players to look out for, and what I'm doing is for each game, I'm giving a couple of players a shout out. Like for the first game, I have 2. So right now we have some general team info. We have the team captain, who is Rodney. And then we have the 2 assistant captains, Mason and Christian. And then we have their social medias. You should follow them because they post the scores, and it's just good to support the team. And then this year, we are not solo Ponaganset. We are the Ponaganset Burrowville co-op team.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a little unfortunate, but it's good to see we're continuing.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of Burrowville.
Anywho, so neither of our schools had enough players to make up a whole team, so we decided to merge them, and now we have enough to have a pretty good roster on our hands. Right here, we have the juniors and seniors, a couple of Burrowville, a couple of Pono. It's kind of sprinkled throughout.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we have 3 freshmen on the team, one of which I could not find, but there are 3 freshmen and a couple of sophomores. So shout out to the freshmen who made the varsity team their freshman year.
Congrats to them.
That's an amazing accomplishment. And then the season opener, we have a couple of people to look out for. We have some goals scored by Daniel Haggerty, Angelo, I forgot to put his last name on there, I'm so sorry, Ty Tovar and Rodney Furnett. And then we have an assist by Daniel Rhodes, who is one of the freshmen, and then Nolan and Clay. And he did get a shout out because he is one of the 3 freshmen on the team, and he got 2 assists on his first time on the ice for the first game of the season. So that's
shout out to him.
Yeah.
Big accomplishments.
And then we also have one for Daniel Haggerty because he's a junior at Burrowville High School, and he scored the first goal of the season in the debut game for the Burrowville Pono co-op team.
Good for him.
And then the second game of the season was also a win. We went into overtime with a tied score of 2-2, and we ended up coming out with a win of 3-2. And that was a winning goal by Evan. He is a senior at Burrowville High School. And then, unfortunately, we do go on a bit of a losing streak, but we do have some good news at the end. We lost against Barrington with a score of 8-2, and the goals are by Rodney and Tyler.
We don't like Barrington very much either. Mm-mm. They're a good team, though. Good team.
Good team. They've played well. I will give them that. And then, unfortunately, we also lost to Moses Brown, again by Evan and Rodney.
We don't like them either. Why are we playing other teams we don't like? It's very frustrating, isn't it?
That's just how sports work, I'm
Frustrating
afraid.
losses.
And then we went against another co-op team, and this was unfortunately lost to 3-5, but our boys put up a very good fight. In the first period, they were winning with 1-0 with 2 minutes and 59 seconds left on the clock. And then right as the period was ending, they once again scored, bringing us to the midpoint of the game with a 2-0. But in the second period of the game, we tied it up 2-2. And then, unfortunately, they did end up winning by scoring another 2 goals, bringing it to a 3-5 loss. But once again, Daniel Rhodes gets another player shout out because he got his first varsity goal of the season.
Congrats to him. Well done. It's good to see.
And then, unfortunately, we did lose to the East Greenwich Tollgate co-op team with a score of 2-1, and that 1 goal was scored by Mason. And then we did, unfortunately, lose a 6-0 against Nauset High School. And then we also lost with a score of 5-2 against BVS with 2 goals scored by Daniel Haggerty and Mason Moore. And then we once again lost to Portsmouth with a score of 3-0. And then we did rematch. BVS.
Double header. Yikes.
Yeah. It was back-to-back weeks. We lost with a score in overtime, so we did make it to overtime. It was a very close game with goals by Evan and Rodney. And Cumberland High School, it ended the 8-game losing streak with a score of 5-0 with 2 goals scored by Mason, 1 by Tyler Rodriguez, 1 by Tyler Gerby, and 1 by Christian Sanders. And I want to give a shout out to AJ Mergida. He has been out this entire season with an injury.
Unfortunate.
His first game on the ice, he gets a complete shutout, breaking the losing streak.
That's spectacular. Really good for him. Being goalie, especially in hockey, very tough, very critical position.
In hockey, there's an average of 35 shots on goal. So not letting a single one of them in is pretty good.
Spectacular, yes. It's good to have him back as well. Obviously, he makes a very large difference.
Hopefully we will see more of him out on the ice. But that is all I have for now.
And obviously, missing some seniors. They had a lot of seniors graduate last year. And this is always the rebuild, right? Mm-hmm. There's players that leave, so you've got to restart. And that's how it goes with all sports. But it's good to see that they're still fighting. They've gotten a couple big wins, and we're looking forward to seeing how the rest of the season goes.
I think we're going to have a turnaround. I think we're going to come out on top.
Well, thank you, Jade. It was really good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
And now for boys basketball. Welcome back, everybody. We are here for boys basketball to close out today with Ethan. How's the season going? How's boys?
Honestly, the season hasn't been going half bad. Right now we're 5-3, which is pretty good so far. I mean, we did just start not that long ago. We've been having a great run though. A lot of good players.
Obviously, we can see that 5-0 in the league.
Yeah.
Right. So very strong performance in the league. Unfortunate losses, not in the division. That happens. It's okay, right? Being in Division 3, all of these out of division games are going to be playing up. So those are obviously going to be a lot more difficult.
Yeah. I'd like to highlight our next game coming up versus North Smithfield. That's going to be a big one because North Smithfield has had a pretty good run going on. We're going to have to up our game a little bit, and we're going to have to play really hard.
We had a very good game last year. North Smithfield came here, right? Had a amazing game. I think final score 83-81.
Always close.
Always close. Very, very big competition. Both teams have lost some seniors. I'm interested to see how this next one goes.
Exactly. I'd like to highlight one of the players too, Gabe Mungin.
Okay, yeah.
His points in game average 9.9 per game. That's really good. That's the highest out of anybody.
That's probably going to skyrocket as well.
Yeah.
He just had 38 in our last game, 9 threes. Huge game for him. I think his numbers are about to take a big jump.
Exactly.
Well, it was great to have you, Ethan. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today to the WPHS Sports Report. We will see you next week with more sports about